Welcome to our discussion on Ethereum's Dencun upgrade. It's really a game changer in tackling scalability with proto danksharding and boosting layer 2 performance.
I'm excited for this chat. So we're diving deep into how Ethereum, evolved from being just a payment system, right?
Exactly. It goes way back to when Vitalik Buterin was working on his early projects, and Ethereum was envisioned to do so much more than just process transactions. It set the
Right.
stage for smart contracts, NFTs, DeFi, and a ton of other innovations.
And with all that innovation came some pretty serious scaling issues.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As Ethereum's use cases exploded, from crypto kitties clogging the network to DeFi and NFT booms, transaction fees skyrocketed. Back in early 2021, even a simple Uniswap trade could run you over $60 to $100. This pushed developers to explore solutions beyond just layer 1.
So then came layer 2 solutions trying to ease congestion with rollups and sidechains trying to offload the transaction work, right?
Right, exactly. But here's the kicker. While L2 solutions like Arbitrum, Optimism, and even Polygon ZK EVM have helped, they also add complexity for users. People then have to grapple with different chains, extra fees, and sometimes even centralization risks with limited validators.
So it's like you're trading one headache for another.
Precisely. And that's where the Dencun upgrade steps in. It's a dual upgrade, combining the legacy of the Shanghai upgrade and adding new bells and whistles through Cancun Deneb improvements. It's focused on both the execution and the
Yeah.
consensus layers.
And what are some of the specific improvements?
Well, there are several Ethereum improvement proposals in play. For instance, EIP 1559 reworks the gas fee structure to make fees predictable and less congested, while EIP 2322 refines the proof-of-stake consensus for better efficiency. Then there's EIP 2929, which ups the security ante by making potential attacks more expensive.
Right, and I heard EIP 2537 was also part of the mix, aimed at making cryptographic operations smoother on Ethereum.
Exactly, but the star of the show is definitely EIP 4844, which introduces danksharding, or more specifically proto danksharding.
Proto danksharding, that sounds futuristic. Can you break that down for me?
Sure thing. So danksharding is like slicing the blockchain into these little pieces called blobs. Think of them like containers for large chunks of data. Proto-danksharding is the initial implementation that provides extra temporary storage space. This storage space allows layer 2 solutions to store vast amounts of data temporarily instead of using the pricey call data on layer 1.
So basically, instead of paying crazy fees to store data permanently, L2 solutions can use these blobs for quick temporary storage?
That's exactly it. And Vitalik even mentioned that using blobs can slash the cost by about 60 times. Imagine moving from, say, spending 0.06 ETH for 125 kilobytes of data down to just 0.001 ETH for a similar blob.
Yep.
It's like getting a huge discount without compromising on speed or security.
That's incredible. But doesn't this approach also add some pressure on the network, like switching storage that is temporary?
Well, it does change the dynamics, but it's intentionally designed to be temporary. After a set period, blob data becomes inaccessible, which helps maintain the balance between cost efficiency and network performance. It's a smart trade-off, really.
I like that perspective, but don't you think there might be a risk of complexity for developers trying to manage both permanent call data and these temporary blobs?
That's a valid point, and honestly, it's one of the critiques. Some developers might find it a bit challenging initially. However, the benefits, like reduced fees and faster transaction throughput, are expected to outweigh the added complexity in the long run. Plus, toolkits and protocols are evolving to ease that transition.
Got it. And this upgrade really benefits all types of participants, right? Regular users, validators, developers.
Exactly. For everyday users, it means lower fees and faster transactions. Validators get a more efficient network to secure and earn rewards from, and developers can build more sophisticated dApps without worrying about crippling fees. It's a comprehensive enhancement that pushes Ethereum closer to mainstream adoption.
Interesting. So could this help stem the migration of users to other blockchains like Solana, which were once seen as cheaper alternatives?
Yes, indeed. By making the mainnet more efficient and reducing the cost of settling transactions from L2 solutions back to Layer 1, Dencun helps keep users integrated within Ethereum's ecosystem. This is crucial, especially in the domains of DeFi, NFTs, GameFi, SocialFi, and
Yeah, that's
metaverse
smart.
applications.
And honestly, it sounds like the upgrade is addressing that infamous blockchain trilemma of balancing decentralization, speed, and security.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balancing act, and Dencun takes a pretty bold step. It enhances scalability without sacrificing decentralization or security, which have been major concerns all along. It feels like Ethereum is finally evolving to meet the growing demands of its vast user base.
Can we talk a bit about the impact on gas fees? It seems like the fees have been a big hurdle for Ethereum's adoption.
Sure, the upgrade, especially with proto danksharding, drastically reduces the gas fees by shifting heavy data loads to blobs. So essentially, every transaction on L2 rollups becomes substantially cheaper. This reduction in fees not only enhances user experience, but also stimulates more frequent and diverse types of transactions.
Absolutely right. It's like upgrading your internet speed in a congested city. Suddenly, you can do things that you thought were impossible before.
Exactly, it's like that. And the aha moment really comes when you realize that the Dencun upgrade not only counters the current congestion, but also future-proofs Ethereum for the next wave of applications.
Intriguing, but I also think there's a valid concern that the complexity of transitioning to these new paradigms might slow down adoption among a certain segment of traditional users. What do you think?
You're right to bring that up. There's definitely a learning curve when you introduce concepts like blob storage versus call data, and developers need to adapt. But the industry has shown remarkable resilience in overcoming such challenges through better documentation, improved libraries, and community support. In time, I believe these complexities will become second nature.
Yep, I agree. Now, looking at validators, how does this upgrade influence their rewards and experience on the network?
Validators stand to benefit from increased transaction throughput and overall network efficiency. With more transactions being processed, validators have more opportunities to earn staking rewards. Plus, the improved consensus mechanisms from upgrades like EIP2322 make the network more robust and efficient, which is a win-win for network security and validator rewards.
Absolutely. And for developers, this means building even more innovative applications with fewer limitations due to cost, correct?
Correct. Lower fees and faster transaction confirmation times allow developers to experiment and deploy more complex smart contracts. It lowers the barrier for creating advanced decentralized apps. It's almost like having more room in your workshop. You can really build without limits.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. So, overall, the Dencun upgrade seems to be a comprehensive solution that addresses a lot of Ethereum's historical issues while setting the stage for exponential growth.
Exactly. It's not just about quick fixes. It's about paving the way for a scalable, secure, and more affordable Ethereum network. This is essential for mass adoption and for keeping Ethereum at the forefront as a platform for decentralized innovation.
I'm really impressed by how thorough this upgrade is. It feels like Ethereum is evolving from patching over problems to actually building a future-ready ecosystem.
That's the big picture. By addressing the scalability issues head-on through innovations like proto danksharding, Ethereum is creating an environment where everyone, users, validators, developers, can thrive with improved performance, lower costs, and enhanced security.
Right on. And it sounds like this upgrade might just be the antidote to the user exodus we saw earlier, shifting the narrative back to Ethereum's strengths.
Absolutely. Improving transaction speeds and cutting fees is the surest way to keep the ecosystem vibrant and competitive, even when faced with alternative blockchains.
Yep. It's fascinating how much thought went into each EIP, uniting diverse improvements to create a holistic upgrade.
For sure, the Dencun upgrade isn't just a patch, it's a blueprint for Ethereum's future. And while there are some challenges during the transition, the long-term benefits seem overwhelmingly positive for the ecosystem.
Exactly. This makes me wonder what the next phase of innovations will be after Dencun solidifies its impact.
Well, if Dencun sets the stage, the door is wide open for even more ambitious projects. Future upgrades might expand on danksharding principles, further refine consensus mechanisms, and introduce more efficient data handling techniques as Ethereum scales further.
Absolutely. It truly feels like we're witnessing a pivotal moment in blockchain history, where the challenges of yesterday are being systematically addressed to unlock tomorrow's potential.
Exactly. It's both a technical evolution and an evolution in user experience. Ethereum has come a long way, and the Dencun upgrade is proof that the community
Yeah,
never
couldn't agree
stops
more.
innovating.
Thanks for breaking down all the details with me. It's a lot to unpack, but so exciting for the future of decentralized tech.
Thanks for joining in the conversation. Until next time, keep an eye on Ethereum. There's so much more to come.